everyone. We are on the road again, and as you can see in our backseat, we actually have a lot of stuff. We are transporting our craft things around. We are hopefully going to be doing some craft fairs this year, and so we've got to deliver some stuff. And we intend to be out and about for the next few days, so we'll try to take you on our journey. We've got several errands to run. We're going to go to a craft fair, we hope, and check it out. We want to do some craft fairs this year, and we've signed up to do several, and hopefully we'll be accepted into them. We wanted to be in the one we're going to. That didn't work out, but we're still going to it because we want to see what it looks like and how it's set up. So anyways, we have a lot of stuff in the back that we're transporting, and evidently our crafts don't get out much and they wanted to go for a ride. I don't know. So,
for a field trip.
For a little field trip. So anyways, we thought while we were in the car we'd take a moment to address some viewer questions we've had about our weight loss. We know that most of you are here for our nutrition and health and how we lost weight. We intend to keep doing that too, and hope you'll stick around for the other things, because we do want to shake it up and do different things, especially if we get to do any traveling or go to the craft fair. Hopefully we'll be able to get some video of craft fairs, and we hope to hit a Costco and maybe a Home Goods and some other places, health food stores in the next few days too. So anything we do, we want to take you with us, and if we manage to pull out going on a trip somewhere this summer, I don't know how we're going to do that, but I'm always hopeful we'll do that too. So just hopefully you'll be there with us the whole way. And anyways, we've had a lot of viewer questions. Again, we know that you're here for the health and nutrition and how we lost weight, so we thought we'd take a few minutes to address some of that. We had a person ask us about how we got started on this weight loss journey, and like probably all of you or most of you, it was a long battle. We started out as chubby kids, we've said that before, grew into obese adults, and it wasn't that we wanted to be obese, and it just was how that worked out. We tried every diet. We've been on the prepackaged foods where you just pick a meal and take it, and it's supposed to be easy. And we've counted calories, we've counted fat grams, you name it, we've counted it. We've been to several diet type places where you paid hundreds of dollars. And it's not that you didn't get results, but they weren't realistic. There wasn't something you could do for the rest of your life.
I just want to interject something here. With the prepackaged foods, at least one of the programs we were on, none of those foods had to be refrigerated. You just kept them on a shelf, and when you wanted to eat them, you just opened them up and heat them up in the microwave. In order for that to work, those foods had to be full of preservatives and additives and everything else. I'm surprised I didn't have anaphylactic from one of those. But just things to keep in mind. If you have prepackaged foods prepackaged foods that supposedly have meats in them and all kinds of things, and they don't have to be refrigerated, what's in them? What else is in them to keep them from going bad?
Yeah, no, this journey now was never about weight loss. It was about health. So how we got started was just by years of being disappointed, years of losing weight, years of gaining weight, not understanding why we had problems but our friends didn't. You know, or you might have a coworker who's put on 10, 15 pounds, but they don't do it like you do. I do 10, 15 pounds in a week. And so it was just discouraging, depressing. You just wondered, how could this be your life? That this is how you're living every single day, is just consumed with food, either because you're binging or you're trying not to binge. And why do you want to eat more than the person who sits next to you at work does, or your best friend?
Or why can you eat the same amount of food as they do and still gain weight and they don't?
Yeah. We probably told these stories before too, but exercise wasn't the answer. I tried that, and my nephew, when he was going into high school the summer before, went through Hell Week. Well, he wanted to get prepared for Hell Week because he was going to play football, and so I walked with him. We walked 5 miles every day, at least 5 or 6 days a week. Yeah, I gained 5 pounds that summer.
And back several years ago when I was still working before I retired, a coworker of mine and my boss and I all went to a gym after work at least 4 or 5 times a week, and because there was a gym really close to where we worked, and we worked out really hard for that entire year, and that year I gained 30 pounds.
So exercise wasn't the answer for us. Maybe it is for someone with a faster metabolism. I don't even know if it's metabolism so much as it's just the food you eat. Your body reacts to the food you eat. So,
and some of us have different reactions because some of us have food sensitivities. If your body is sensitive to a certain food, I have a sensitivity to gluten and to dairy. And if those are sensitivities that your body has, then when you put those foods into your body, it stores it as inflammation because it doesn't know, well, and it does that too with additives and preservatives. It doesn't know what to do with them. They cause inflammation, and inflammation hangs on to extra fat.
Yeah. So, and it's hard to tell why you might have a food sensitivity or allergy to, just because you might not have the normal reaction. Now, when I eat sugar, I get stuffed up. My sinuses go crazy. So, and I even knew that the whole time I was eating it. I just didn't want to eat it. So there was definitely a problem with me and sugar. But sometimes you have no outward reaction to a food, and yet, like us, we found out that we have a problem with soy. Had no idea. But that means it's probably doing something inside of you. If you have IBS symptoms or something else going on, it may even be hidden. I've even read articles about people who have celiac disease who didn't know it because they had no symptoms until they were at a doctor's going through other tests. Sometimes you have full-blown celiac symptoms, whatever the case is. So just because you're not having a reaction outwardly doesn't mean something's not happening inwardly. But that's a journey you have to be on yourself. You'll have to find out. Just test the foods you're eating. See if you react. See if your joints flare up. See if one food makes you gain weight faster than another. Obviously, if you overeat cakes and cookies, you're going to gain weight faster. But how does that affect you? Can you stop after you eat a cookie, or do you want to eat a whole package? That's actually a symptom of a food sensitivity, as if you can't stop eating it. It means that you have a problem, not just a problem that you can't stop eating. It's causing you to want to continue eating it, and that's usually a sign of an allergy or sensitivity to it. So how we got started was just, I retired, Sandy was already retired. We decided to try clean eating, one ingredient foods as close to the source that they came from, which means as close to out of the ground or off a tree as you could get. And that's what we set out to do. I think the thing that probably worked best for us is we never set out to lose weight. We kind of figured that changing our diet would, and changing our whole way of eating would probably do something. Changing it from eating a lot of prepackaged foods to sugars, and from sugars to just eating fruits and vegetables and the grass-fed meats and all of that. But we didn't count anything. We didn't measure our food so much. Sandy does, when she cooks, when she does the rice, she'll measure out portions for the rice. Obviously we get a portion of rice, but we just fill our plates up full with vegetables, from rim to rim. In fact, we've had somebody at the house before and looked at our plates while we were eating and said, that's a lot of food. It is, you're right. But
it's mostly vegetables.
It was mostly vegetables, just a little beef, a little rice, and
some black olives and some black beans.
Yeah, for a healthy fat and healthy protein. So we never counted or measured anything along the way. We fully wanted to see if eating clean worked, because everything we read said that if you eat clean, you will never have to count or measure anything. You can just eat. And so that's what we really set out to do, not lose weight. We knew we would, but what did that look like? Would we quit losing after 10 pounds, 50 pounds? I mean, I had to lose over 200 and Sandy had to lose over 100. So never in my dreams did I ever think I would lose 200 pounds and not just get to a goal weight, but then my body stabilized itself. I'm still eating the same way. It just stabilized at a weight and it quit losing, and it's a good weight. I've never been here, I think, since junior high, so I'm really, really happy. And it's, as long as I eat clean, one ingredient foods, it stays there. I monitor it because I also know what it's like to gain weight, and I want to be aware if I'm doing something, though I haven't changed my eating plan during the day. But I do want to be aware in case something happens that I didn't know I did, or my body's decide to change again. So I do keep track of my weight. But that was really how we started. We just started experimenting. I'm not a big egg eater. We did try that for a while, where we did little omelets with onions and bell peppers, and I'd put a little salsa on it, but I got kind of sick of that. So pretty much our breakfasts in a week are 3 times a week we have real oatmeal, not instant, because instant's full of preservatives and sugars. Even if you buy the regular, it still had to go through a process of, I mean, not the instant regular taste, not with like maple or cinnamon or anything like that. Even if you buy the instant regular flavor, it still had to go through a process. We stay with the actual oatmeal that takes 7 minutes to cook, something like that.
Yeah, 5 to 7 minutes.
So that's what we do, and we use almond milk or cashew milk. So we do that 3 times a week, and we do gluten-free muffins a couple of times a week, and the sprouted grain English muffins or bread a couple of times a week, and we put almond butter on it. But as far as getting hungry, we were asked about that. How did we deal with hunger pangs and being hungry? We didn't have any of that because, again, this wasn't a diet. So if we were hungry, we would have eaten. And I even tried that in the beginning. I'd buy apples to have snacks. I'd forget to eat them. I used to hear people say, I forget to eat. And I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. How do you forget to eat, of all things? Well, what we learned was that if your body's getting the nutrients it needs and you're not throwing in a lot of extra preservatives and sugars that it doesn't need or filling up with that, your body actually quits craving things. We had no cravings. We didn't go through any period in the first week of just wishing we could have what we wanted to eat, wishing we could eat sugar. There was nothing to get accustomed to. And there was no hunger because we didn't let ourselves be hungry, but we also didn't have hunger because we were eating natural foods. So we went from breakfast to lunch, and then when lunch got around, I could start to tell my body was getting hungry. And it was time to eat. But really, it was the easiest thing we've ever done. It was as easy to do this time as all those diets had been difficult to do in the past, and they were very difficult. So I think we'll leave that there. There's more questions we had, but this is probably enough. And we'll be doing other things too. We'll answer more questions about our weight loss journey, and hopefully you guys will stick around. If you have more questions, that's kind of how we hear what you want to know. So whatever it is, even if it's about traveling or something else, leave us a question or comment, and we'll try to address it at some point in the near future.
And maybe one of these times I'll show you pictures of Edie and me when we were younger, much younger, kids, in all our chubbiness.
Yeah.
I ought to post one of Gladys and me where she's all skinny and there I am just chubby. So, well, we might do that another time.
There's not many pictures of me as an adult. I might be able to scare up one before picture if I can manage to do that.
I don't even know if I have a
yeah. We didn't take before pictures because
we stayed out of pictures.
I try. If I had to be in a family picture, I stood in the back. So I don't know if we can find one, but if we can, we might share it with you. I have nothing to hide or be ashamed of.
I mean, we're putting our business all out there.
Yeah, this is way beyond anything I thought I'd be doing. So anyways, hopefully this will help answer a few questions, or maybe it'll drum up a few more. If you have more questions, give us a shout out and we'll try to answer them. And thanks for being on the journey, and hopefully you'll stay tuned.